Food is an important part of our everyday lives, yet we don't spend much time wondering about what goes into our foods. Unfortunately, in the massive food industry, almost every single farm uses intensive farming, a process that is extremely harmful since it causes environmental, social, and health problems. Intensive farming is a process where industrial factories aim to produce the maximum number of products per area of land. This process is subdivided into two groups, intensive crop farming and intensive animal farming, which both cause serious damage. Though intensive farming happens all around the world, it is also a local ecological issue since Ontario is the province with the highest density of intensive farming operations in Canada. Intensive crop farming is the use of chemicals on agriculture to maximize the amount of grown crops in an area. This involves the use of enhancements such as pesticides, chemical fertilizers, phytosanitary products, and genetic engineering. The most harmful of these are pesticides. Pesticides are chemicals used to kill certain pests that feed on the crops. However, pesticides also contaminate soil, water, air, and other vegetation at the same time. Surface and groundwater is contaminated by runoff from pesticides in plants and soil. If these contaminated reservoirs feed into our drinking water, it can affect the water quality depending on the chemical. Well, not only is drinking water affected, but also aquatic wildlife. In 2001, a study showed that over 90% of samples of water and fish from major rivers contained at least one pesticide. When pesticides enter aquatic ecosystems, it can unintentionally kill thousands of fish and other aquatic organisms. Soil can also be contaminated by pesticides through leaching. A heavy usage of pesticides deteriorates soil, making it lose its capability to hold onto nutrients. For example, chemicals and herbicides such as oryzalin and trifluralin are toxic and reduce the fungal spores of mycorrhizal fungi, a fungus that helps many plants absorb nutrients. Discontinuing the usage of pesticides would reduce the amount of contaminated ecosystems and help wildlife flourish.
Intensive animal farming, or also known as factory farms, raise the highest number of animals possible in the smallest space that the law allows. Environmental risks of intensive animal farming include manure leaks and spills, ecosystem damage, and air pollution. Manure leaks and spills is when animal waste from intensive farming is placed in holes called feedlots and often overflow onto nearby cropland and water bodies. This causes odor problems and water pollution. Ecosystem damage occurs when a large amount of leaked manure increases phosphorus levels in water, which speeds up eutrophication. It is suspected that eutrophication in Lake Winnipeg and the southern portions of Lake Huron are caused by upstream factory farms. It also leads to killing fish, contaminating groundwater, and poor drinking water quality. Finally, air pollution. 2/3 of the world's nitrous oxide and ammonia emissions are caused by livestock operations. These gases contribute to climate change, acid rain, and acidification of ecosystems. Intensive animal farming also affects nearby rural communities. Imagine a foul smell drifting from your open window. When you peer out over the windowsill, the unsightly scenery accompanied by a barrage of trucks only reminds you about the factory farm you live by. Not only do communities near the lagoons of factory farms have a poor quality of life, there are health hazards that have been examined. Because of respiratory, neurobehavioral, and mental illnesses, contaminated ecosystems, lack of groundwater supplies, heavy truck traffic, strong odor, and unsightly scenery. Because of these reasons, the property value in communities near factory farms are low. During intensive animal farming, animals live in unnatural conditions which result in weak immune systems. In order to prevent major diseases, antibiotics are fed routinely. According to the World Health Organization, the antibiotic resistance bacteria contributes to human antibiotic resistance levels for treatments of some infections like E. coli. Growth hormones are also used in intensive farming. Studies have shown that milk from hormone-treated cows contain 10 times more IGF, a carcinogenic hormone. In fact, there are about 11 to 13 million causes of illnesses caused by food each year.
Natural conditions also affect animal welfare. Oftentimes, in intensive farming, animals try to fight back and resist. In order to counter this, humans cruelly use procedures such as debeaking a chicken or docking off a pig's tail without anesthesia. Chickens are inserted in a machine that resembles a small guillotine. After having their beaks chopped off, many stop eating and die of starvation. Another component of intensive farming that threatens animal welfare are gestation crates. There are 1.5 million cells in Canada, and most are confined in these crates where they cannot turn around, never see direct sunlight, and have to eat, sleep, urinate, and defecate. The pregnant cells are to give birth to piglets until they are considered useless and are slaughtered. They display neurotic behaviors such as rocking back and forth. Lastly, battery cages are cages that measure 18 by 20 inches and contain 5 to 11 hens. On average, a hen has a wingspan of 32 inches. Over 90% of Canada's 26 million hens are trapped in wire cages where they cannot spread their wings. This causes their bones to become extremely brittle. The slanted floor allows laid eggs to roll out of the cage, but sometimes since there is no supervision, hens fall out, get stuck, and die.
Now presenting our campaign. Our organization is called the Canadian Agricultural Association. Our campaign is going to be promoting extensive farming or organic farming. It is an environmentally friendly and controlled way of farming. It includes organic certification, and it involves reducing or avoiding the use of pesticides, never using artificial herbicides or fertilizers, no hormone injections or the use of non-therapeutic antibiotics, following socially responsible standards of animal welfare. Our company is the Canadian Agricultural Association, which is a Canadian organization promoting socially liable agriculture instead of intensive crop and animal farming. We promote agricultural production that is safe to the environment, human health, animal welfare, the community, and our consumers. We are campaigning in order to promote research associated with sustainable rural development for extensive farming, policies in favor of socially liable agriculture, and increasing the awareness of society of the role of socially liable agriculture. You can help support us by buying extensive farming products and sharing the word in your community about intensive versus extensive farming. You can contact us by calling 519-999-9999 or faxing 519-999-9999 or emailing canadianagriculture@gmail.com.